Hello everyone, this is AndreasG again and welcome to a cookie cutter video. Uh, this is a cookie cutter video on Planetary Annihilation Legion. That is a new faction added into the game by the community that you can get through the community mod manager. I'm going to link something down in the description here, so if you don't know about it, check it out there. It's amazing. That's like 100 units, more units, all the structures are different. And we are gonna look at the best possible build here that's gonna help you beat the best players in the game. So let's get into it soon, but first I just want to state out some important facts. Number one, this is the build 94,684 for Planetary Annihilation. You might be on the later build with some changes, so just note that fact. This is also the version 0.16.0 of Legion. There might also be some changes to Legion. Somebody might change how different unit works, what the different stats are. So I can't guarantee this works on your version, but on this version it is perfect. So I advise you to check it out if you're on a later version, and hopefully it works for you as well. So let's get right into it. So this is really simple. It's as simple as it can get. So this is a game I played earlier, and we are gonna spectate it. So I can have full concentration on explaining to you how easy and how you do this this build order. So let's get right into it. Here you see we're spawning in. Here I'm the one in purple. So what you do is that you start out bots. This build is basically you go all bots and then you move over to tier 2 bots. Nothing more, you just go bots. So first you place out a bot, then you place out a metal extractor, then a p-gen, then another metal extractor and a p-gen, and then you move over to some more walker factories and some more eco. You just combine it with for every bot factory you place down one energy plant as well, and you do this for the entirety of the build, and that will balance your eco out. So what you do with this walker factory, bot factory, it's the same thing, it's just different naming. Is that you build out 3 fabbers. This is a bit map dependent. If you don't have a lot of expansions to go to, I would go for 2 fabbers, not 3. But as you see this map, it's big, both players are spawning on the poles, so therefore I went with 3. Then after that you put the factory on infinite build and you build out this ratio, and this is the ratio you're going to put on all your factories, and that is 2 peacekeepers, 3 lancers and 1 patriot. That way you have the lancers with the DPS going to kill everything, vehicles especially, and you have the peacekeepers with the HP, it's going to defend you against the initial shots, and you have the patriot with the anti-air here. As you may have noticed, I'm not caring anything about the air, and the reason of this is that I want all the units to be on the ground, because we want to kill this person fast. We're going to get in their throat and we're going to kill them. And with the patriot, we actually don't need air. That's the thing. We can just go bots and we can start to raid him before it becomes crucial. You see he killed the fabbers, that's why I built another fabber here to replace that fabber. We see still going on with the same thing, building mass extractors and power and walker factory, only this and this ratio. So you might wonder, as you see here, my opponent is reclaiming, and that gives him an edge in terms of metal. Why don't I use reclaim in this cookie cutter? And there's a really good reason for that. If you want to reclaim, you have to go the vehicle factory when you are Legion, and that forces you into the vehicle fabbers, which are slow and tedious. I hate those fabbers. You should never use them because they expand so slowly and you lose a lot of time by using them. You also force yourself into building either the shank or the stoke. The stoke is not really worth the price, and the shank is far too slow and easily countered by lancers, so that's not the way you want to go on a map like this. Instead, I take the eco hit. As you see, I'm a bit behind in eco, but I know that's not going to last for long because I will be expanding and I will have bots. You see now, well, I finally have a group of bots. This is the time that you wanna send them out. You want to go to the obvious places where you know he's expanded to, like here or here, and you want to kill that, because now at this stage he don't have anything to defend against it. This force here, it is brutal, and that's what you want to do with it. You see, in the meantime, I am expanding all over the map with my fabbers, and I'm not really placing down any turrets yet, because I know that I'm going to be aggressive against him, so therefore there's no need for me to place down turrets, because he's going to be captivated with responding to my threats rather than raiding me. And you see, my unit count is way above his, and that's because he went through the path here of air factory that basically can't do shit at the moment because of the Patriot, and he went to the tedious process of this armors, or tanks, call it whatever you want to, and you see the Lancer is doing some work here. So this is successfully going to raid her. So this is what you have to do. You got to send out that group out to raid, and you see in the meantime back in the base, nothing special as even an idle commander. I don't care, it's not too important. The important part is that you don't crash in terms of eco. You're placing down a power between every factory, and that you're placing down bot factories with this ratio that I've been telling you. And as you see now, this time I send this in another place because I know this is a place that he likely have expanded to. Just send them out. There's another group, they're going to try and deal with this. In the meantime, he just can't do anything because the entire takes care of a lot of the planes. There's no entire here, so that's a bit of a mistake, but it comes here. Like, the micro is not the most important here. Just send the units out and try and kill stuff, and it will do great. And don't care too much about the air. If he focuses a lot on the air, then he's gonna lose the game. You see, I'm wasting a bit of metal, but I've already catched up, even though he's using Comrade Claim. And if you look at the mobile units, we're neck on neck. But still, I have the mobility. I take the battle to his place. You see, I placed down a weaker factory here. That was actually misclick. That was supposed to be a bot factory. So don't do that. Around here, you see I have 150 metal-ish. This is the time where you want to go tier 2. And then you of course want to go tier 2 bots because that's the fastest. And this cookie cutter, it's all based upon being fast. So that's what you should focus on. You see, he go vehicle. That's not going to be good enough. It's too slow, and I'm going to kill him before that counts, right? So here, you probably have a good lead. I'm playing a really good opponent, so that's why I haven't won yet in this game. But you see, nothing special. Just these Walker factories. Just more and more and more of them. And now moving over to advanced Walker factory as well. In the meantime, you see, not much defenses. Just expanding with fabbers. The thing is that if your fabber die out, you can just control click on the factory. Control click out a fabber that will send in the front of the queue, and you will get it right away. So that's a good trick as well. So you gradually have to increase the amount of fabbers you have around the maps. Just control them out whenever you need it. And you see here I wanted to go tier 2, so I controlled out 3 of them. And I have the eco for it. So that's really good. So you see, everywhere that he has an army, I have an army as well, and that's because I can respond extremely fast with the composition I have, because the Legion bots are fast enough to do that. You see now, it's time to raid this. One thing that you give up with these bots is that you give up scouting, but that's not really a huge sacrifice in a map like this, because you're going to be anywhere anyways, right? And you're going to be there and you're going to raid him and you're going to know that he's behind you. And you're going to go early tier 2 as well. So if he's a bit earlier than you tier 2, it's not a huge deal. You see here, this is why you don't need the Walker factory, because I'm moving the Walker factory with the shanks here. That makes them slower, and that's basically not something you want to. You want to have the fast pace, you want to have the ability to raid really fast, and you want to have the ability to box him in. Last expansion he has here, I've sent all the factories over to this spot, gonna take it out, and that's the game if you ask me. In the meantime, the first thing you do with that factory is that you get out one of those tier 2 fabbers. That's gonna help us out eco-wise, just to secure the win. And after that, we're going to get out enforcers, just endlessly enforcers, because they're really fast, they have a high DPS, and they can run away from superior forces. So that's a key here. We bring the fight to them, and we just kite them. That way, they can't do anything other than try and force a confrontation. And even more important, they can't focus their troops on us, because they have to defend. You see this bot army here? Because of the lancers, they easily took out this lace turret. And it was the peacekeepers who took the damage, as that's why we want the peacekeepers in there. So remember that ratio, 2, 3, 1. That's the ratio you want to do. So what I do when I click on infinite build, I click on peacekeeper, lancer, patriot, lancer, peacekeeper, lancer. Then you get them nice spread out, and that's really good. We see we got a huge eco advantage, and this game is more or less in the bag. It's just about securing it. And that's why we have the enforcers here. At this stage, your opponent is probably getting a bit frustrated, because your bots have been everywhere, raided everything. His air hasn't counted for shit. So now he's gonna really try and push out. But just keep your head calm. Just send out groups. Try and take out the mexes. Try and push through. Never engage the commander unless you have a critical mass, because that's a effective way of losing your units, and as you all know, that's not beneficial. So we see he's got some tier 2 out here. No big deal, we got bots that's going to answer it. It's important when you engage the scorpions to have it spread out, and to know small stuff like this, you basically just have to play a lot, but that comes with the time. You see another small group here, there's nothing to answer to it, and whatever there is here to answer, it has shanks with it, and it's too slow. We see the 2 patriots here just keeping the force alive. He can't engage with the air. So what good has his air done throughout this game? The answer is nothing. Nothing at all. You see there, it's going down, his tier 2 eco is going down, his eco is in the shit. This is over, and he knows it. His air was a total waste. The armor, the tanks are too slow, they can't react. His fabbers are too slow, they can't rebuild fast enough. We're just building the easiest thing ever. We're building bot factories in a good ratio, and we're just sending it out there. It's not harder. I think this is possibly the easiest cookie cutter you can ever have, and still, it's that effective. It's that effective, boys. With this build, you can beat any good player, unless they use it themselves. So holy shit, what should I say, right? So I advise you to just practice this. We see the Planetary just giving up. Now it's over. Just practice this build, and you will get it right. Like, the only thing you need to master is to not have your commander idle too long. You gotta have the right tier 2 timing, and you gotta just send out your units. And a good way to do that is just to take your factories and rally point it out on the battlefield, so you don't even have to think about it. I simply can't think about an easier way to win a game, a more simple way, a more cookie cutter way. This is possibly the best cookie cutter there's ever been. So what should I say? Just get out there and try it, and see if you can beat some good players. Like this build here should make you win over most of Hubers. Like, they shouldn't have a chance unless they do it themselves. So good luck out there. I think this also works against MLA pretty well. I've done it against MLA. I've never lost with it against MLA. So just get creative with it. It's really simple. You can do it. I hope to see you around doing it. So catch you later. Hope you got a beautiful day.
Oh wait, they're moving their comm up now as well. What? Ridiculous. Well, we kind of have to deal with you. I think I will just put one feather in the building. Tier 2 feather building, doing some like, or
yeah, air should be top priority now. No! That's like one of my weaker habits to go do something else, and then it decayed because everything was connected to that one. So typical. Yeah, they're pushing majorly here. We need to answer that.